Welcome back to the first two of the podcast where we break down the biggest inventions in history. Today we're diving into one of the most groundbreaking inventions of all time, the steam engine.
That's right, Braden. The steam engine powered the Industrial Revolution, changed transportation, and revolutionized manufacturing. But where did it all start? Well, we have two very special guests today to help answer that, James Watt and Thomas Newcomen.
Before we bring them in, let's set the scene. It's early 1700s and coal mining is in a major industry in Britain. The problem, mines keep flooding and pumping out water is slow and inefficient. Enter Thomas Newcomen.
Thank you. It's quite an honor to be here, though I must say I wasn't expecting to travel through time for this conversation.
We appreciate you making the trip, so tell us about your steam engine. How did it work?
Well, my engine used steam to create a vacuum inside a cylinder. This vacuum pulled down a piston which moved a beam up and down, pumping water out of the flooded mines. It wasn't fast, but it did the job better than anything before it.
That's incredible. But there was still room for improvement. Your design used a lot of fuel, right?
Oh, absolutely. It burned through coal like a starving man at a feast. But at the time, we didn't have a better way.
That's where our next guest comes in. Fast forward to the late 1700s, and along comes James Watt. James, welcome.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. I must say, I did admire Newcomen's work, but when I saw his engine in action, I knew it could be improved. And improve it you did. What was the big breakthrough? Well, the key issue with Newcomen's engine was inefficiency, wasting heat with every cycle. My big idea was the separate condenser. Instead of cooling the entire cylinder with water, I built a separate chamber to condense the steam. This made the engine much more efficient, cutting fuel use drastically.
That was a game changer. Your design led to steam engines being used in factories, trains, and ships, revolutionizing industry and travel.
I have to admit, James, your improvements were remarkable.
Thank you, Thomas. Your invention laid the foundation, and I simply built upon it. Innovation is always a team effort across generations. That's a great point. Both of your contributions changed the world, and we still feel the effects today.
Absolutely. And that wraps up today's episode of Engines of Change. Thanks to our guests, Thomas Newcomen and James Watt, for joining us.
Be sure to subscribe and tune in next time where we'll explore another invention that had changed history. Remember, the first two was always massive.